10 Things to Do in Santiago de Compostela by Maria Golpe, a Camino Ways production.
Santiago de Compostela is not just the final point of the Camino de Santiago. It is a fantastic place to explore, wandering around its alleys and stone-paved streets. It is quite pocket-sized too, so make sure you dedicate at least a couple of days and soak in the city's atmosphere. As some Galicians say, Santiago is not a city, it's actually a big village. The city population is just around the 100,000 mark, but with nearly 50,000 students settling there for the academic year and thousands of pilgrims walking into town every year, Santiago de Compostela gets a very special mix of people. I think Santiago is a great city, but I'm obviously biased. I lived in Santiago for 4 years while studying at the city's university, one of the oldest, by the way, founded in 1495, and the mention of Santiago always gives me a warm, excited feeling. I still have many friends living in Santiago. That's the thing, many students arriving in Santiago for 4 years end up never leaving again. For such a small place, Santiago can make quite a big impact on people, whether pilgrims or students. So here's my 10 things to do when you get to Santiago de Compostela. First of all, if you have walked all the way to Santiago de Compostela, your first stop is likely to be the Praza de Obradoiro, which with the imposing cathedral, where the remains of St. James's are allegedly buried. The cathedral is Santiago's most famous building, with a Romanesque structure and later Gothic and Baroque elements. At the cathedral, check out the Pórtico da Gloria, the original Romanesque porch by Mestre Mateo. Also the Botafumeiro, its giant thurible. And if you're not scared of heights, ask to walk up to the cathedral's rooftop, where you can enjoy fantastic panoramic views of Santiago. Number two is the Old Town. Santiago is divided in two main districts, the Old Town, Zona Bella, and the New Town, Zona Nova. The Old Town, with its winding granite streets, arches, squares, and monuments, has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1985. Here, you will find not only Romanesque and Baroque churches, museums, and some of the oldest university buildings, but also many cozy cafes, traditional and contemporary restaurants, interesting shops, and some of the best nightlife too. The new town isn't much of a sight, mostly apartment buildings housing the student population, but you will also find shopping areas, good bookshops, as well as restaurants and bars. If you need to take a breather, go to the Alameda, Santiago's most emblematic green space. Go for a stroll along the Paseo da Ferradura, get a nice tree-framed view of the cathedral, or sit by the statue of writer Valle Inclán, or take a picture with the Asmarias statue, the two Fandinho sisters, dressed in their colorful outfits. The sisters used to go for a walk in the Alameda every day at 2 o'clock, on the dot. The Alameda Park is also the central point to many celebrations in Santiago, with its busy festival calendar. If you're in Santiago, don't forget to go to the Vinos or on a wine trail. Rua do Franco goes all the way to the Obradoiro Square and takes its name after the French pilgrims that used to follow these streets to get to the cathedral. With adjacent Rainha, this is the most famous street to go out for a few drinks with friends. Many bars and restaurants along the Franco display their octopus, shellfish, and other Galician delicacies on their windows, so vegetarians should beware. And most offer a free bite with each drink croquettes, tortilla, or even a tiger fillet. It's not really tiger meat, by the way. After a few wines with their bites, you probably won't need any dinner, but if you're still hungry, you can always order a few dishes to share. Museu das Peregrinações is another stop. After walking to Santiago as a pilgrim, you should probably visit the museum dedicated to the pilgrimage. Number 6 is San Domingos de Bonaval. Bonaval, for short, is another popular park in Santiago de Compostela. Bonaval sits on the grounds of a Dominican convent's old cemetery and has been reinvented into a secluded public green space by the Portuguese architect Álvaro Siza. Next to Bonaval, you'll find two of Santiago's best museums, the CEGAC, Galician Contemporary Art Centre, in the modern building also by CISA, and the Museum of the Galician People, Museo do Povo Galego, in the former convent. Bonaval is loved by visitors and locals who like to enjoy a good book there or just relax under the shade of the oak grove, Carvalheira, on a hot day. Number seven is the Mercado de Abastos. Santiago's food market has a rural chic feel, traditional stores run by ladies from the farms, mixed with stylish stalls. Modernity and tradition really live in harmony in the Abastos area, with exciting new restaurants also opening their doors in recent years. Here you will find some of Galician's best produce. Number eight is culture. Santiago has a very active cultural life, from poetry to concerts, big and small, galleries, exhibitions, museums, theatre. There's always something to fulfill your cultural ambitions. Number nine is the Festas. Festas da Ascensión in May and Festas do Apóstolo in July are the main celebrations in Santiago, with outdoor concerts and many other events taking place, some of them free of charge. However, there are many more festivals in and around the different neighborhoods in Santiago. Before you travel, make sure you check out your local tourist information board to see what's coming up. And last but not least, you should try octopus. You can't leave Santiago or Galicia without trying the land's most iconic dish, octopus. The Galicians call it octopus fair style, pulpo a feira, as it used to be a dish eaten on market days, while the Spaniards like to call it octopus Galician style. Whatever your choice of words, you must try it at least once before you go back home.
A Camino Ways